Okay.
Got it.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna do a little intro, then we'll get to cracking.
Mhm.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. You are now listening to the Fudge Shuffle podcast. I'm your host, John Fudge Rickenbacker Jr. This podcast is about my journey through entertainment and the cool people I met along the way. But before we get into the show, I need y'all to follow, like, share the podcast as well as the platforms on social media at www.thefudgeshuffle.wordpress.com, on Instagram, The Fudge Shuffle, Twitter at The Fudge Shuffle, YouTube at The Fudge Shuffle Podcast, and on SoundCloud.com, The Fudge Shuffle Podcast. All right, it's finally happening, y'all. It's been a long time in the making, but we are here, and this is the first pilot episode. So no better way to kick off this episode and this show, this podcast, than with someone who's been there since the beginning of this journey and every step since then. He played Biz Markie in Netflix, Roxanne, T Winner in Rejection Redo, LaVar in Aliana Marina, Independent Woman, Biggie Smalls, and Who Shot Biggie and Tupac. He played a Zulu warrior on the Get Down. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the creator and host of Murphy Monday podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to make a hand sandwiches right now. Y'all clapping right now for my boy, the guy, the actor, comedian, writer, Nigel Alexander Fullerton, y'all. Give around.
Yay! You made me sound so great. The host of the Mercy Monday.
Murphy
Ooh,
Monday.
Mercy Monday.
Murphy Monday podcast.
No, I'm
This is
just
my
messing with
first
you.
one, man. It's so crazy because I had this whole thing set up because I'm in Charlotte right now, visiting family with the fam, and they kicked me out the hotel room. So I'm in the 24-hour fitness room. Hopefully,
It's all good.
late.
This is where like the best podcasts happen, like on the road. Like,
Yeah.
Bill Burr is in his hotel room. You're in the fitness, 24 fitness. So I mean, everybody does it someplace, right?
Yeah, and let me even make sure. I hope I'm recording because that'll be pain in the neck. Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we
There
good.
you go.
Yeah, so that's all this about, man. But we're here to talk about you, man. A lot of things has happened, man. First of all, congratulations. Tell us about this new project that you just finished doing, the new commercial that is paying dividends, for lack of a better word.
I played a snack dad in the Chase Bank commercial. That's all I can. No. I've been doing commercials for quite some time now. I think a good 10 years. My first commercial was for Affinity Health Plan, and since then I've done about 16 commercials. So this was like my first national one, and like it plays everywhere. Like I thought before, like when I did my first commercial, it played everywhere in New York. Uh, so like everybody, like if you were home like during the day, you would see me. But this one, like it plays in Atlanta, it plays in St. Louis, it plays like everywhere. And I've never seen it. I don't have cable. So it's crazy, but like everybody keeps saying, like, oh, and I don't even say anything in it. Like people like, oh, that's you. I'm like, yeah. Finally, I'm not being mixed up with somebody.
Yeah.
Like I've been getting mixed up with a lot of, like I've got mixed up with Patrice O'Neal, got mixed up with a whole bunch of, like I can't even name half the people mix me up with.
Yeah. So has things changed since? Well, I know things changed. Well, you tell me how things changed since this commercial came out, because you've done other stuff and you've been at this for a while. We've been at this for a while too. So, like, what has changed? What made this opportunity so different than everything else?
Money, but no, it's not just that. Like honestly, it's weird what people watch and what you're famous and known for, right?
Yeah.
So like you could have been in a bigger project, but nobody knows you from that. Like most people knew me from Wendy Williams. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I would do a big project and then I would do something small, and the small thing always got people more than the big thing. And you've seen it, like you've
Yeah.
seen what people watch. Like people, like you've been on stuff and people only remember Credit Karma commercial.
Yep. The pancake.
So
It
so
don't even. It ain't even me. They remember the pancake hitting the floor, and they asked me why did I do that to the pancake, and like,
right.
yeah, Yeah,
That
it's yeah. Does would you rather focus more on commercials than, overall acting in film and television as
I mean,
character?
well, right now because of the strike, I can only do commercials.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. I mean, they're all fun. They're all good. I mean, a project's a project. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
um, I just want to create. I've always wanted to be on TV,
yeah.
and I never really had like that confidence to be on TV when it happened. Like I wanted to be Keenan Thompson. That was the person
Oh,
who
want to be Kenan Thompson.
we all wanted to be Keenan. So like that was the person that I was looking at saying, "Hey, I can be a child actor." And that's what I wanted to be. And then people told me I was funny. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll try this, but I'm not funny." It wasn't until you got on stage that I had the courage to get on stage cuz I didn't want to do it, wasn't trying to do it.
Yeah,
And I tell this story all the time. I was like, I remember you came back from Virginia and this was
but
like
I
around
think
0102.
yeah,
Like you had been up here for a while, and I was like, "Yo, you need to do stand up comedy." And you was like, "Nah, I don't want to go," and I'm like, "Yo, you got to do it." So I remember writing to somebody. I found I think it was NewYorkCastings.com. Went to NewYorkCastings.com. I
yeah.
found something for the Laugh Olympics. Was it the Laugh Olympics?
I think so.
Insult
Yeah,
Insult
Lisa,
Olympics.
Lisa, Insult Olympics, Lisa Lampanelli
Lisa Lampanelli, right?
at Caroline.
So I went and I wrote to them and I said I was your manager and I want to get my client on because he's the funniest person there. And even the first time, I don't know if you remember this, but the first time you went up, I went and I had gotten a red shirt and a suit, and I
Yeah,
wore
I
that to
do
pretend
remember.
to be. I
I do
was pretending to be a man.
remember. And my family came up in the church van.
Hmm.
Yeah, the most raunchiest comedy in the world.
I tell everybody all the time, you brought a whole church to a Lisa Lampanelli. If anybody's ever heard of Lisa Lampanelli is like the female Don Rickles.
Yep, Queen
She's
of
like
Queens.
she's like the insult queen. She doesn't hold her tongue. Think Roseanne Barr, but like taller and like,
That
a
drank all the
little
liquor
uglier.
in the bar. That's
And that's what it was. And seeing those moments made me want to get on stage. And I was like, fine, let me try to go on stage. So I tried. It was really bad. It was really bad. And then 6 months later, we ended up on BET.
man. That's why I said this episode alone. That's why I was like, man, this has got to be broken down into many parts.
Mhm.
But yeah, but when that light bulb finally hit, because I know we have that story about coming to the stage.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, let's talk about that because
Your version of my version.
let's hear your version of it. Because at the time, a little backstory, guys. Um, Nigel was underage when we left. We were all pretty. Adrian and I, who's not here, we got to get his side one day. I know he spoke about it briefly on
Mhm.
Murphy Monday podcast. Make sure y'all go check out Murphy Monday podcast on all streaming platforms. He talks about his side, but from your standpoint,
Mhm.
how how was that experience from your standpoint? Because this was the first time we've ever been on national television.
Yeah, I was 19 years old. I wasn't quite 20 yet. I think was supposed to turn 20 that Christmas or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So we go audition. You didn't want to go.
I
You
did.
didn't want to do the audition. And I was like, yo, let's do it. Let's send in a tape. So we sent in some tape. I forget which, I don't know if it was the tape of us riding around Sunrise Mall or
I don't even know because back then it wasn't really no like you couldn't do like files like really.
right. No, we sent them an actual videotape.
Hmm.
I think I had taped
Auditioning. I
over
remember
something.
auditioning live.
We did audition live, but to
Uh-huh.
get on there, we sent a tape.
Oh, okay, got you.
So we had sent the tape to them first. And then we went and auditioned live at Stand Up New York. And we went up there. It was the three of us at first.
Yeah.
We all went up there and we took the train, went all the way out there, auditioned, came back, and then we got a call saying, "Hey, you guys, we need you to come back here," and we're like, "What?"
Yeah. And I remember, I think only me and Adrian went, or me, you
No,
and
it
I.
was me and you.
Yeah, only you and I, yeah.
Yeah.
And Adrian was a physical comedian, so he did a lot of like, it was a lot of flipping and like doing a backwards worm and all that stuff.
Hmm.
And so we had to, it legit, it was in a comedy club.
Yeah, it was in stand up New York.
In
Yeah.
stand-up New York, we was in a comedy club, so we actually relatively had to do our first stand-up set. And backstory, we had our group was called, well, DV Entertainment at the time, but the group, the subgroup, which was pretty much our only act, was the Greater Ghetto Church, next
Right.
Obadiah and Flynn, and we would
Mhm.
play the pastors, clergy, and we would just, you know, pretty much churn songs, popular songs into sermons and do crazy church stuff. But it worked for the time being.
Yeah, I think we got on just because we were different, because everybody else was like, comedian, comedian, comedian. And we were the only people that were like, "Hey, people jogging, what's happening?" But we were the only people that came as a group. And I think BT was trying something different. They didn't want to do Comic View like they originally were doing. So they wanted to do more programming that was diverse. And by diverse, meaning us being weird on
But
TV.
the call went out for like ventriloquists and all this stuff, and then
It
me,
did. It did, but it didn't tell the rest of the audience that.
yeah, we jumping ahead though. But yeah, so for whatever, like, because we were in our zone, we were in our element. They
Mhm,
gave us time. One, they gave us
mhm.
like, I think our audition, we had like 15 minutes. Like we were going for a long time, and I felt like, you know, if they let us do what we've been doing, we should have been, you know, we would have been fine.
Right.
We got to LA. Woo-wee. First of all, on our own dime. And shout out to Kevin Hart, who's bringing back Comic View. How do you actually, before we go any further, how do you feel
Mhm.
about the Comic View showcase? Because it's not really how Comic View was. To me, I don't think so.
I saw the list. I was just like, where's the new people? Number one.
Mhm.
Number two, I was just like, is this really going to catch on? There's a reason why we got rid of Comic View in the first place.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work for today's climate, I guess. I don't know.
So they don't want to see Ronaldo, right?
I don't want to see it. I thought he was dead.
He probably is now.
I
Miss
thought
Laura. I
Ronaldo
really
Red
thought
was
Miss
dead.
Laura was like somebody lunch lady. I didn't even know she was a comedian at first.
No, she was a comedian. Yeah.
Shout out to Comic View. I like, because somebody was just asking me that earlier today.
Hmm.
Like, did I hear about? Because everybody assume, like, when they know you're a comedian, they just assume, hey man, you gonna be on Comedy? I'm like, bro, it don't work like that. I'm not in. I
It
don't.
doesn't. If you didn't get the call, that means that they weren't looking for you. It was mostly for people who had big representation. That's why you're going to see a Michael Blackson.
Yeah.
That's why you're going to see, and they're going to tape this for a week and
Mhm.
play this all year round.
Yep. Facts.
So,
Shout out to Michael Blackson. He was just at 275 in Park in the city. He was working on his comedy special.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But yeah, we were talking about coming to the stage, and we were
Yeah.
trying to. I got you.
I know. See, this is like the podcast. This is us having a conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no rhyme or reason to this. We chopping it up. Part of us is, this podcast is just a look in the journey, because you can hear one side of the story based off of, like, experience that you either want to remember or you want to forget. So there's some stuff that I might not have. I wanted to probably get rid of my memory so that you
Oh, nah. I remember us going there the first day. There was like 18 guys, 2 girls, and little JJ.
yeah.
And it was like, and none of us knew what was going on. Like, I didn't know the fix was in day one. I just knew that
Funny.
everything they told us coming in, like they told us we was gonna get money, and they was like, "Who told you that? Ain't nobody told you that. You heard somebody say that? We ain't here." Lomax said, "Somebody told me I was supposed to get $5,000."
Man,
I
listen.
I remember Lomax said that, and like everybody thought they was gonna get paid. We didn't get paid. I remember they wanted to keep us entertained, so they put up a basketball court.
Yeah, man, random in the middle of the set.
In the middle of
But
the
the lot.
set.
The middle of the
Yeah,
lot at Culver City. What is it?
it was in Culver City. Yeah,
What was it called?
I forget the studios that it was called, but I remember Mad TV was shot there because we
Yeah,
went into Ari Spears.
yeah, we met in Ari Spears. Pre Raccoon. There's
Yeah, he still kind of like could have like booked something at the time, but chose
yeah,
not to because he was on Mad TV way too long. But
yeah, yeah. We have a good Ari Spears story. The story is it was no story. He pretty much blew us off. Young up and coming comics.
I
Paying.
mean that's what he does now.
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing's changed. Like that's his MO is blowing off young stand-up comics. He only uses like white openers.
wow.
He will not have a young black comedian open for him only because he feels like they're gonna step on his material.
What his Paul Mooney impressions? All right, no, let's not go too far. But we here to talk about you, Nigel Fullerton.
Oh yeah, no, I'm here.
Coming to the stage. So yeah, so you experienced the fix was in. Little JJ, it was our time to go up. What was like, well, according to television years, it was about like 10 weeks later.
Yeah, we was there for the whole week. We sat in the bullpen,
Yeah.
cheering everybody else on. Originally, we are a group that uses music, and we thought we'll be able to use music if anything. So we had asked one of our friends to make music tracks for us
Mhm.
because we knew that the music was copyrighted and we couldn't do it. So it was like, all right,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. So we asked the producers if we could use the music. Producers said, sure, why not? So I think like 15 minutes before we're supposed to get dressed, they do this little upfront with us where we're all talking about, oh, what we're gonna do coming up and do all this stuff. And you beatbox.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you can't do that. And we're like, why not? You can't use any music. So we can't use the music tracks. No, we can't use the music track. So
Right before
now,
we went on, yeah.
yeah, right before we went on. So now we don't know what to do. And they had us go up first. Even if you watch the video, they have us up last because, again, if you put up somebody who bombs in the beginning of the show, you ain't going to watch the rest of the show to see what's going on. So that's how TV works, here, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yep.
anyway, they make us go up first, and now we don't have time to regroup. We don't know what's going on. We're trying to make the best of it. Adrian and I go out first, and we look goofy. We got some looks. People are laughing about how goofy we look, but we're just killing time until you come out. So a couple of our jokes are falling flat. They're getting a little chuckle, but they're not really like getting them. So we spend most of the time holding everything until you come out. We call you, we say, Neckbone, come out and pray. And then you came through with the roller skates on and the Heelys. And
you don't have to call.
yeah, and you came through, got your chain, and you said, "Great Ghetto." We danced and sing, we bling bling bling, and did all that. And it we were getting chuckles. Don't let BT fool you. We were getting
Yeah,
chuckles. They
facts.
weren't good laughs, but they were
Nah,
chuckles. And then we got to the judges. We had Judge Joe Brown, Judge Maybelline, and Kim Cole's resident judge, which nobody else had real judges. Like everybody
yeah,
else had a comedian
yeah. And we
judge.
had a drunk Judge Joe Brown too. On top of that,
Now, see, if you
well,
did it more like JJ did it, you would have.
it's like, that's what you want me to say. That's who's supposed to win, right? JJ, yeah,
JJ. Basically, what they said was is that we were just waiting for the joke to happen, and
yeah,
that's why we got. That's why we only got two lights instead of three. The way it works is like you 3 lights, you're out. We had two.
too, yeah.
So we
Too late.
went to the next round, but only one person can win out of that round. So we went to the next round, which they could have just let us go.
Yeah,
Like they could have just let us like leave at that point. We didn't have to go to the next round. It made no sense. But they needed us because we were goofy looking.
yeah. And we didn't know too, because it was the type of show it was. Like it was we didn't know it ended up being a stand-up comedy show. So essentially it came up to be like Comic View with judges, with elimination Comic View pretty much. So like instead of it being a variety show, which they initially had us come on for, so we never had any stand-up experience.
Right.
So, but moving forward, that ended up being what it was. What gave you the courage to continue to pursue a career in stand-up? Because I know before you started veering into acting, you actually started doing stand-up after a couple years.
Yeah. Honestly, it was basically after that experience, I didn't want to touch stand up again. I was like, I'm not doing this. This is your thing. You go ahead and do it. Because originally you were supposed to be Nelly. We were the rest of the Saint Lunatics. That's how it was supposed to
Wait,
work.
which lunatic was you?
I was Murphy Lee. I was a schoolboy.
So we have yeah.
That's who I was. Taste the air.
Yo, I don't know
Um,
if y'all can hear in podcast land, but people, I don't know if they looking to see that I'm on the floor doing this. People are coming in on the treadmill. This big girl came in, got on the bike for 2 seconds and walked out. I don't know if she don't want to hear the story or she capping. Yeah.
she like he doing podcasts. He recording my whole workout.
I was like, why do I smell bacon in here? I was like, oh,
Why is he snitching on us?
like who is in there?
Yeah, what happened was I didn't want to touch stand up. I know you were getting into it heavier by that time. You were started touring, you started doing more stand up stuff. I was working at a school.
Mm,
I was working at a school and I was telling these kids to follow their dreams, and I wasn't really following mine.
mm,
So I did the school thing for about 2, 3 years, and then I was like, you know what? Let's get back on stage. Let's try this stuff out. So I went back on stage, and I kept doing a lot of these what they call industry shows, where they bring talent agents to the show. So I went, did it, and talent agent was like, "Hey, you'd be great for commercials." I ain't believe him, but okay, fine. I went and did it, and then I started taking improv lessons, and then I was like, you know what? I can go out there and I can do this commercial thing, and it wouldn't be a problem. And I just started doing commercials, and then from the commercials came more TV gigs, and then here I am now.
that's what's up.
Mhm.
What because this story is just about perseverance, and as in this comedy game, there's a lot of ups and downs. Um, not only in my journey, but your journey as well. What discuss some of the like your high points that you cherish, and if you can expound on some of your low points or your lowest point that you felt like in your career.
I mean, this. I think in anything there's highs and lows, and
Yeah,
like it could be anything. Like I remember being in a stand up comedy competition, um, where like I'm in it and I know I'm better than everybody there, but I'm the people are judging me wrong. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like the fix is in, but you're like, yo, I don't even like I they're looking for me to bring people, and I'm sitting here like, why are you using me as a bringer? Like I just got off of a movie set
yeah.
and you're asking me to bring people because you don't think that I'm talented enough?
Yeah. Do you feel like that? Because we came in a game where like just before social media took off, like we were like
Mhm,
right at the cusp.
mhm.
Do you feel like if had we been doing what we were doing back in this time, you think we would have had a like more longevity or people would have received it a little better?
I think so. I think youth is what we had, but we didn't have the resources.
Yeah,
Had we been born 10 years later, I think that we would have been able to grasp the whole situation, because part of it was the fact that we were so young. Like we were
yeah,
fearless. When you're young, you're fearless. You're
yeah,
not scared to do anything. Like you're not scared to get punched in the face.
yeah,
Now, if I get punched in the face, I'm scared if I can't go to work the next day. Like my back is gonna hurt. Like I gotta call AARP. Like I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like and that's the thing. When you're young, you're fearless. If somebody hits you in the face, you're like, all right, cool, I'll just go back out again and do it again. Now it's not the same. So it's like maybe if we had, but again, that's with everything that you do,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. So with that being said, what was your highest point in your career so far? Because you
My
still got
highest
numbers.
point, I think honestly when I did, I don't know, cause like it's like highs and lows. So like when you get the high,
Hmm.
you're like, oh, okay, great. Like the day that we had the movie premiere for Roxanne, Roxanne, that
Mm.
same day, my friend's car got towed and we couldn't get back home. Like, but the funny thing is, everybody at that party, their car got towed too.
Oh,
So it
dang,
was like, yeah,
how many tow
everybody,
trucks they got? Dang, they must
yo,
have got it.
everybody, yo, it was hilarious because we all, I forgot what time we left. We didn't stay long. I think after Pharrell had left and Nia Long had left, I was like, all right, well, let's get out of here. And Nia Long's gone. Like, give
Yeah.
it up. Like, I don't want to hang out with Stephon Marbury. Like,
But you should have, man. He would have got you a deal in China.
he didn't want to take no pictures. He didn't want nobody to know he was there. My friend Johnny Mac sitting there trying to get mad pictures with him. He's like, yo, can I get one for the gram?
Like, nah.
I think, you know what? That's my highest point. I think my highest point was when I was there at the party. Deion Cole came up to me. He said, yo, you did your thing in that movie. Deion Cole came up to me. Sean Nelson, who played Fresh, and he was in the movie The
Yeah.
Wood. He came up to me, told me I did my thing. Capone from Capone and Noriega told me that. Like just getting the people actually watching this movie and actually saying, yo, great. This was a great moment. This is great. You did your thing. That was cool. Now the next day when I went on Twitter, that wasn't as cool. It is what it is,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. It's highs and lows. Like no matter how high you get, it's always something that like
Yeah.
cuts right in.
Like now, so you've had some years in the game now. Does validation is it do you look for it as much as you did when you first started?
No, because validation is different for every person. You can't
Mm,
measure yourself by somebody else's stuff. Like
mm,
I watched I watched Michael Che be in comedy for 4 years and make it on Saturday Night Live.
mm.
You know what I mean? Like I was
Yeah.
there. I was at the same places that he went to. I went to the same things. Him and I were cool for a second, but I watched him blow up. And I told him, and it was me, Naruto, and we were like hanging out somewhere. And I told him, I said, yo, you're about to blow up. He was like, yo, man, why would you say that? I said, I know it. I see it. I'm telling you. And then like 6 months later, this guy's on the Daily Show. He's writing for the Saturday Night Live. Then he becomes the head writer. So you can't validation is whatever. When I started, they told you got to be 20 years to make it big.
Mm.
You got to do your 10. You got to do your 20. You got to do this. You got to do that. And honestly, it's not about that. It's about building your fan base, feeding your fan base, and figuring out how to stay afloat.
Mm.
That's how it is. Like if you look at somebody like Mike Epps doesn't need to do stand-up comedy anymore.
Nope.
He doesn't need to, but he does it to stay relevant so people could still keep watching because he knows when he's not doing movies, he has to build his families. He still has to make money.
Mm.
Kevin Hart does not need to do stand up anymore. He doesn't need to. He wants to. They don't need to. But again, when you want to still stay on top, you want to still stay consistent. You want to be able to stay relevant. You have to do the things that got you there, and you can't forget about the things that got you there because then you're going to be lost.
Yeah, that's what's up. So you
Mhm.
made the move from New York to LA. How has it been as far as well, we know your career changed. We obviously got this commercial, but before then, like how was that transition? Because I know that's a big step. Because usually people say like, if you in New York, you gotta go to LA. If you in LA, oh, you gotta go to New York. But how was that experience for you?
I think it's different. I think for everyone, something everything doesn't work for everybody, right?
Hmm.
So I was told a long time ago by a mutual friend that he told me, he said it took him a year in LA to get done what it took him 10 years in New York.
Wow.
And I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. I was like, for real? Like, you know, but when I got here, you know, I had some people looking out for me. Some people like, you know, they knew who I was, and I sent out my reels and everything else like that. And I got my representation quick.
Mm.
But that journey, because before every commercial that you get, or for every like HBO show you get, or whatever you get, there's a lot of other shows that you've auditioned for
Yeah.
that you did not get and that you thought you were getting.
Yeah.
You know, it. It's
Shout
like
out to Elton John and Snickers. Well, rest in peace, Elton John and Snickers.
you want he died?
Did he? I hope
You
so.
said rest in peace,
I'm
Elton
sorry.
John.
I meant. I don't know. Whoops. If you didn't yet, Elton John.
No, we auditioned for an Elton John commercial together, and it was paying a lot of money.
Yeah. So, we would have both been talking about our commercials we got.
Mm-hmm.
But I get that, man. And so what are some of the things in the works for you? 'Cause I know you got another project that's coming out soon with Issa Rae. Can you talk about that for the people?
I'm not sure if I could talk about it. I don't know if you
Okay.
got the memo for SAG. Like, we're
Oh,
not,
okay. Gotcha.
but I will do it anyway, just for you.
Well, no, well,
Yeah, I'll do it. It's okay.
all
It's
right.
all right, because we're gonna do this again, right?
Yeah, we're gonna definitely.
So
I don't know if I included when I upload it, so I don't know if you.
yeah, nah, it's all good.
Oh, okay.
It's all
Exclusive.
good.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna be on the next season of Issa Rae's show called Rap Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about two girls that decide to become rappers, and like they go all over Miami, and like they go on the world tour this season. So looking forward to doing it. I'm in like one episode. I play a podcaster. You know,
Where did you get that motivation from?
what's my motivation here? It was funny because when I did the audition, like I was sitting there chilling, and I just pulled up all the stuff that I already have, and I was like, all right, I could do this. And then the next day they called me.
Yeah, and it's so funny that you say that. I was actually listening because I didn't nobody reads anymore. I was on my audiobook reading Hustle Harder with 50 Cent's book.
Mhm.
And he was talking about one of his chapters is do shit. Just do shit.
Mhm.
He was basically talking about how he was having a conversation with Jamie Foxx, and Jamie Foxx, he was, just explaining what he was doing in between gigs or whatever.
Right.
And Jamie Foxx comments to his team that was sitting around them and was just like,
Mm.
you see 50 Cent just doing shit. And he's like, 50 was saying like he wasn't saying it to like, make fun of me or down talk me. He was just saying like he meant it as a respect. Like you always got to do something. Like
Mhm.
even if, like not waiting for opportunities, but like even what we're doing now, like what you took the initiative with the Murphy Monday podcast. And speak about that. What was your I know your motivation for it, but the people that maybe listen
I'll
or
tell it.
go say it, what was your motivation for doing that?
I mean, it was a couple of reasons. Number one, we were in a pandemic still. And I had that whole year I was looking for something to talk about. Prior to that, I think 2017, you and I tried to do a podcasting because that was the big thing. Everybody was doing podcasts, but it was early. So everybody was knew what a podcast was, but they didn't really know what a podcast was because they still don't. But we tried it, and it didn't really fit well. And then a couple years later, the pandemic hit, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go back to doing like I gotta try to do this podcast thing. I think it would really work, and it has to be niche. And I was like, the niche idea I had a couple years ago, let me try it again. At this point in time, a friend of mine had passed away, and she basically committed suicide. And the last thing that she said to me on my Instagram was, I always believed in you. You're going to be the next Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
And I was like, that's crazy. Cause I didn't know that she passed. Like I didn't know when she wrote it. I was like, oh, that was sweet. That was cool. And then like couple of days later, I'm like, she's gone.
Wow.
So it was more of a like, all right, that's a reason to do it. And then I needed something that I knew more than anybody else, and that's movies. I know movies, but when you do a movie podcast, everybody has their thing about movies. So I wanted to make it niche, and I was like, I got to go back with that Eddie Murphy thing, because if I do that, maybe it'll take me to places who knows where I'll go.
Hmm. Yeah, and those who are listening, if you don't know this man has a wealth of pop culture knowledge. I'm telling you that right now. If it doesn't happen in the next couple of years, when I get some money, I'm producing it. You need to also about the history of entertainment or whatever, because you a pop culture encyclopedia, man. I always
Well,
marvel at the information you retain.
well, it's crazy because I was thinking about doing. Don't take my idea, people. Please, please, please,
Well,
please.
no, you saying it, so it's your idea. So this your
Yeah, but basically, what I want to do is I want to do a documentary on Black movies in the 1980s, and this is
Mm,
why I chose 1980s. If you look at the 70s, you see the black exploitation boom. You see all of these other things happening. So like you have like your stereotypical like your Shafts, your Superflies, and then toward the end of there you get like a Cornbread Earl and Me. You get like a whole bunch of different people, right? Then you get to 1980 to 1989. If I were to tell you that you can count on probably on your one hand how many all black casts that were in the 1980s that didn't have anything to do with Spike Lee,
wow.
you would be like, yo, that's crazy. Like if you go down the list, the only like big movies that we know that had all black casts were Color Purple, Soldier Story,
Mm.
Breaking.
Well, it wasn't all black because Kelly was white as hell.
Then no, well, I'm sorry, Beat Street,
Yeah.
okay, Rapping, and then Hollywood Shuffle.
Mm. What about The Last Dragon? Is that considered?
Last Dragon considered, like there's stuff that's peppered in there, but I'm
But
saying
it got Asian in it.
when you think about it, in a whole decade of
Yeah.
movies, there you can count them on your hands, the movies that were all black.
Mm.
That's why toward the end of the 80s, they were telling people go support black cinema.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why Spike Lee in 1986 is coming out with She's Gotta Have It, and he's telling everybody to support it, because Hollywood stopped supporting black movies, period, because they felt like they were not profitable. The reason being is because all the black exploitation movies that happened in the 1970s. So what happens with that is you get a boom in the 90s of
Mm.
black cinema
Mm.
toward the whole decade until the end of the 1990s, where you have your Best Mans, which they did not think would be a commercial success, your Love and Basketballs, which they didn't think would be a commercial success.
Friday.
Because of those movies, we stopped seeing black cinema happen. So now when you look at it, you get about 3 all black movies a year
Mm.
that have nothing to do with Tyler Perry.
He don't even have all black cast anymore.
Exactly.
He got all cast with abs.
There was only two all black movies this year. It was The Blackening and Black Panther 2.
Yeah.
And even that had Mexicans.
If I hear that, lift me up, hold me down. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what's up. Yeah, man. That's what I said, man. That's what this podcast is for, man. It's not only my journey. I met a lot of people on my journey, and you've been on a lot of parts, so you're gonna be coming back a lot because you actually have.
I was there. I was there.
Like, especially the beginning stages when I was trying to figure this out, which I still am. But what is, if you could give inspiration to someone that's listening that may be looking to give up on their dreams, giving up on what they love to do because of money, family, what have you, what inspiration do you have for them to kind of stay in the fight?
If this is something that you're meant to do, then don't quit. I always talk about boxing when I talk about this, right? And I said, what makes a fighter stop fighting? A fighter doesn't stop because a fighter is always fighting. A
Mm,
fighter is a fighter. That's what defines them. So if you're a fighter, that's what you're supposed to do.
mm,
And it doesn't matter how many times you get knocked out. You got to get back up and you got to fight some more because fighters don't stop. They never quit. So
mm,
if this is what you want to do and you say you want to be an actor, you say you want to be a comedian, you say you want to do this or that, don't stop. Because if you stop, then you're just allowing yourself to not be what you are. And if you're a fighter has to fight every day,
mm.
regardless. That is the definition of fighting. So that's what I would tell you. I would tell you to keep fighting. I would tell you to take as many classes as you need to. And what I always tell every person and every comedian, actor, big, small, young in the game, old in the game, build a fan base. Um, you're going to get old one day, and all your friends are going to need babysitters to come to your events,
Facts.
and they're going to be like, I can't right now, yo, I'm with wifey, we just put the kids to bed, they're going to give you every excuse in the book. So you need a fan base. To build a fan base, you need a podcast. And
Facts.
but you need to take advantage of whatever social media things that you need to take advantage of so people will still follow you. You need to follow up with those people that you haven't spoken to in a long time. Let them know, hey, this is what I'm doing. And from there, you just keep going. Like, I don't have the blueprint to it, but you know what? As long as I'm on the right path, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get there.
Uh, that's what's up. So where can people find your stuff? Where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Nigel Fullerton _. You can find the Murphy Monday podcast on www.murphymondaypod.com. We have a new season starting on August 7th.
What, what?
These are the final chapters, kind of like The Best Man.
Mm,
So we have a multitude of movies that we have to take care of. One of them being Boomerang, Harlem Nights, Beverly Hills Cop, Raw. The list is endless, but even though the list is endless, we do have 5 movies that I know you're gonna want to watch
yep.
out of the other 4 that are Pluto Nash and all the rest of the other movies. so so I'm hyped. I'm really ready to get back to this. It's been on hiatus for about a year and a half now. I've just been trying to get stuff situated and get everything ready, and I just want you guys to be entertained.
Yes. Make sure you support it. We would definitely be supporting this. We want to be on the show, cross promote. You know what? You know how we do.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go, yeah, yeah. Shout out to everybody. Well, I don't know if I should do my outro now or should I just
Do it
okay.
just in case.
All right. All right, that's it for this episode. Be sure to share and subscribe to the podcast at www.thefudgeshuffle.wordpress.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Fudge Shuffle, and follow us on YouTube at The Fudge Shuffle Podcast. And remember, it's never too late to follow your passion. Your gifts will always make room for you to be great and dare to be different. Y'all been good. I've been Fudge. Yeah. All right.
You need a domain name, man.
Yeah, I'm
Go
gonna get it.
GoDaddy. I spent $22.
I'm gonna just do fudgeshuffle.com, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna switch it. I just was because they making me do this for class, so it's like, excuse me, they're making me do this for class, so I was kind of reluctant because I had just made the page to make it,
Mm-hmm.
and then until I got into this joint now, it's like I'm actually working with my professor is actually, a podcaster and a
Yeah, but
broadcaster, so he's like,
it's
oh,
just doing it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just about doing like honestly, we could have did the whole righteous and ratchet thing just like Kevin on stage did.
and it's not too late. We will do it, and that's what it's going. Because
Yeah,
I've been working on venues and stuff. I'm gonna just leave it running just in case. But
yeah.
working on with this promoter, I put myself. I've been doing shows here and there, but I kind of
Mhm.
just took an L this couple months just to kind of regroup and get a plan, as opposed to just going aimlessly, just doing the same stuff over and over again. So actually going out with actual new material, working on my crowd work and improv stuff and doing stuff like that and doing things like this and covering events instead of performing at them and just being out there, just being seen in more of a brand as opposed to just being in one facet of
But I'm telling you, the people want to see us, man.
I
I'm
know.
telling
And
you.
now it's the perfect time. We at the I feel like we at the peak of our powers, man.
So I'm telling you, let's get it. Like I said, I can set it up. I
Yeah, we can
gotta
put the show on the 26th.
hmm?
I don't know if you're gonna be out here still.
Nah, I'm gonna be going. I leave on the 24th.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shoot. But it's gonna be like we're gonna be doing it monthly, but I definitely want to do that show that we was talking about.
Okay.
What fell asleep?
I gotta tell you the Roxanne after party.
Oh yeah, well let's say the story.
So what
We put this
happened?
on the
Nah, if you want to, but this is what happened. It was last minute. I had asked Johnny Mac to come with me. Johnny Mac was like, all right, cool, I'll be there. He got there late. I ain't even walked the red carpet because I'm waiting for this dude so I can get the ticket so we can go in. So I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. So then he telling me, yo, I know Ralph McDaniels. I was like, you don't know no damn Ralph McDaniels. He's like, nah, I do. I know Ralph McDaniels. So Ralph McDaniels come through and he's like, yo, Ralph, I'm here with my friend. He's in the movie. And Ralph McDaniels like, oh yeah, what's up, Johnny? How you doing? Yeah, all right, cool. I was like, oh, he really know Ralph McDaniels. Didn't know.
You know Ralph McDaniels?
So the thing about Johnny, I always make fun of him because he's a picture take. Like he takes pictures with everybody. Like he's the type to go to the Locks has a juice bar, and he goes there every time and says what up to Styles P and says, yo, can we get a flick?
Every time?
Almost every time. He kills me. It's hilarious, but I find it funny. But he was in total groupie mode that night. So we go up and then he sees Biz Markie before I do. And I'm like, he's like, oh, Biz, yo, he's talking Biz's ear off. And then I get up to Biz, I say, hey, Biz, I got to play you in the movie, I'm really honored. I tell him, give him all his praise. He's like, oh, word, I was in the movie? Y'all ain't even know.
What's he watching?
We didn't go. But I know, no, but the movie didn't start yet. This is before the movie started.
Oh.
So this is before, but it was crazy because I know he's seen the movie. Like he was at Sundance performing, and I know he's seen the movie. He talking to me like I spoiled it for him. I'm like, he messing with me, man. So anyway, we get our seats.
Yo, gabba.
We get our seats, and then it was crazy because in back of me is Dookie from The Wire. In front of me is Tasha Smith and her sister.
Okay.
Next to them is Stephon Marbury. At the end of my row is Mike D from the Beastie Boys and Stretch Armstrong.
Wow.
Crazy. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo. And then next to me is the Kango kid from UTFO. Sitting right next to me. And he went and took a picture with me. And I was like, oh, word, I'm a celebrity now. Like, he's like, yo, you did your thing. Didn't know. So then we leave from there, and then we go to this other party, and everybody's there. Pharrell is there. Nia Long is there. Who else? I told you Deion Cole was there. He was hanging out the whole night.
The tow truck guy was there.
Everybody. Biz was DJing. And I went to the party with a Biz Markie hat on just to show everybody, because I heard that when people was in movies, when they first in movies, they like to wear the stuff. So I went and got a hat that said Biz Markie so y'all know who I was in the movie. So I walked around that whole place like that. So everybody was like, oh, what up? Yeah. So we finally get up to Stephon Marbury. And Johnny got his phone out. He is like, Johnny's Mr. Knicks. So he's like, yo, it's Stephon Marbury. Right, it is go time.
He was our best point guard till we got Jalen Brunson just now. But
right.
Yeah.
So, but he was like, he was on it. He was like, yo, can we snap a pic? Can we do this? So I'm snapping the pic for them, but I see his face, and I'm a big Knicks fan too. But I'm like, he was like, yo, you want to take a picture too? I was like, nah, it's cool. Thanks, Stefan. you know, and then Pharrell is over there, and everybody's running to take pictures with Pharrell, and I'm like, nah, I can't. He's like, why can't you? I said, nah, that man made grinding.
Man, you should have got up in that shoe.
I
Look,
was nervous to even go over there to take the picture. I was like,
he
nah,
was
man,
in
you
the
know how
movie. Look,
but I never seen him on set. That's the thing. I saw the producers. I never saw Pharrell. So Pharrell's there, and I'm like, I'm in awe. I'm like, I can't go over there. So fast forward, something happens at the party. I think a fight was about to break out.
too much hip hop.
You know how black people are.
Queensbridge. It was the bridge was
Um,
over. The bridge is over. Shan and KRS One came
I'm
out.
hanging out, but I'm hanging out with Sean Nelson. Sean Nelson was my man that night.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy how I became like he was my friend like that
You
night.
bet him $1 to touch Neil Long's booty.
I should have. He would have though. But he would have. Like if I did that, he would have. Cause that's how cool he was. Cause I was like, like when I saw him, when he told me I did my thing, I said, yo, thank you. I said, wait, hold on. Wait. Yo, is your name Sean Nelson? He said, yeah. I said, bro, I've been watching you since I was a kid, man. Like, yo, you were like my idols. He was like, yo, we all gotta start somewhere. I said, yo, because I was telling him, I said, yo, since fresh, man.
That's what's up.
And then after that, we was cool. He still likes my posts every once in a while, but
I'm so mad my Instagram got hacked, bro. I had so many celebrities following me like willingly. Now it's like I got like
two. It's hard to get them all back.
Yo, because I started the podcast now, so I got to start from scratch essentially. But yeah, man. But that's a dope story, man. Because like I had to learn how to like. It's okay to ask for pictures and introduce yourself. I used to do that all the time. Not like I would feel like I'd be intruding, but I was just like, man, nah, man. People need to.
Well, I finally got to speak to him when he left. When the fight broke out, he was leaving.
Ooh, Pharrell?
Yeah. So I said, yo, Mr. Pharrell, thank you for putting me in this movie.
Yeah.
I was like, really appreciate it. He said, yo, you did your thing. I was like, thank you. Yes. So I got his validation.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. But like I said, man, I'm always proud of you, man. Just seeing the work you're doing, man. Because this journey has not been
it's not,
but it's getting there. It's getting fun, and it's the more and more that I feel like I should be stopping. It's giving me motivation to go even harder. So, and just for like the next generation of us to not,
But like I said, like the reason why I said we should start and the building the fan base thing is this.
Yeah.
We've already established a brand name for the people who don't get out of their house.
Yeah, fact.
You know what I mean? So like if you give them something for the parents, like the Adventureland crew or like whoever else knows us as an entity, then it can only grow. It's already a fan base there. Yeah. And then it just bubbles into whatever. So we can make it whatever. We can even make it like honestly, we could go through like we could do a Tosh.0 where we just go through videos and just make fun of the videos.
That's what we did anyway. Like just watch like the what was that BT used to do it every time on New Year's Eve? It was called something specific. I forgot what it was called, but Vinny used to tape them all the time, and we used to go through all the videos and watch like our favorite videos.
Right. We could do something like that, or it doesn't have to be like, well, I'm trying to do stuff that's not going to get copyright infringement stuff on it. But we could take like TikTok videos and like, how people are just doing those videos side by side with the TikToks, and we could do something like that. And just make reels basically. Because that's where the bread and butter is. I was just talking to somebody the other day about the reels. I said, if we brought assholes back, I said, we could just do them as reels. Yeah. Like you don't have to do a full episode. You could just do the same thing. It's a talking head talking about whatever subject it is,
Mhm.
and then boom, it can go viral. It cannot, but it
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm with it. I mean, at this point, like I said, I've been using this opportunity to just do shit, really.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not using stuff as an excuse. Like, I pack my stuff up. I got all my stuff in my bag. I was like, I'm gonna find a way to do this podcast. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna do it. Shit, I got a 4.0, and I'm
Mhm.
like I was doing it while I was in the play. So
Yeah.
like, I'll be going on stage. I'll be in the dressing room trying to type papers. Like, so, I'm
But
with it.
then the other part to that is you could have reached out to Shay and been like, "Hey, what was your experience on Roxanne Roxanne?"
Well, no, I will. I will.
Yeah.
I mean, like that
But I'm
stuff.
saying, like in the moment, like when you're in the moment,
Yeah,
like for
yeah,
me, that's what I forgot. That's why I lost. I was like, I could have been on set asking people, "Hey, you want to do my podcast real quick?" While we're in between shooting.
yeah. We would, because everybody's in New York, so, I had already
Mm.
reached out to them about it. I was trying to do it while I was down there. It was just like so much stuff was going on, and I didn't really I didn't even know I had all these programs in my computer. Honestly, I didn't know they gave them to me. I didn't know Full Sail gave me all the programs.
The whole Adobe
Yeah, yeah,
programs.
package.
Yeah.
So I literally found this out like a couple weeks ago when I was trying to show I had did something and I had the footage, but I was like, damn, I don't want to do this on iMovie. And Sean was like, yo, you probably have Adobe stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yo, you have probably Premiere and all this stuff. I have Photoshop, I
Mhm.
got Lighthouse, I
Yeah.
got all this stuff. I was like, damn,
He,
but it's
you have
just
the student version of all of Adobe stuff. Like I got the bootleg copies.
yeah. I have got the bootleg copy of Final Cut.
Oh,
And I
that's,
and I switched computers, so it's only on the other one. It's not on this one, but
mm,
it is what it is. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate. I know this was last minute, but I knew you would
that's all good.
be able to do it. I know you've been telling me to do this for a while, so it felt
It's
good.
just about doing it.
Yeah, and it felt good too. So,
Yeah.
can you do a
Well,
drop for me real quick? We
yeah,
probably
yeah,
do it again, but
sure.
I'm just you know how to do it. Just listening to the Fudge podcast.
You are now listening to the Fudge Shuffle Podcast. Brr, 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 brr. We've been waiting for a long time.
I need to cue up my damn Fudge Shuffle music from that. Actually, I have it here, but because they said I had to put music to it, but I can add it after, right? Or
You
should
can
I?
add it after. What you do is it's kind of like you what you can edit in. You can edit in Adobe Premiere if you
Uh-huh.
want to, and just take the video. I mean, it's going to be video, but you take the audio out. I mean, the video out and just put the audio if you want to,
You think I
and
should
just
do
do
that
it like that.
instead of this when I'm doing?
Yeah, you could do that because it's going to be distracting. Like if you do the video and the audio. So that's what I do. Like I'll
I
edit it.
recorded it. I recorded the audio separately on Adobe Audio.
Okay. So
So
whatever sounds better.
yeah, I don't know because it was sounding weird because I have a little mic that I'm using, but
Okay.
I don't know if it's picking up all the background. But it might be different because you're talking too, so it's probably
Mm.
limited at dead space. But I guess I'll let you hear it because I have to get it in by 11. I have to post it. I gotta post it to Facebook, post it to Twitter. Um,
Why don't you do this? Does it have to be? Oh, you have to post it to all social media platforms?
yeah, and then I have to give them the link to the post,
Man,
and then
because I was about to say, like, I was like,
I have to do a write up of what we like from the episode,
Mm,
300 words, which is not like it's really. I'll do chat. I'll,
I was
I'll
about to say, I could just give you a Murphy Monday episode. It's already done.
well, I know, but I had to do stuff specifically to because I had already wrote that I was going to interview you and talk about the commercial and talk about the stuff, which we did. We covered everything that I said I was going
Okay,
to do.
cool.
It's not going to be a thing for me to. I'm gonna just listen to it and then and take out the chunks. But I pretty much know what we talked about. It just says some.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So yeah. So I mean, I think that's everything. I think I got everything that I
All
needed.
right.
I might
Let
just
me
need
know.
I might just need help with the editing part of it if I
All
can.
right. Let
But
me know if you need anything else. I'm off tomorrow.
okay.
But if you need anything else, let me know. Um,
Yeah, we got done pretty early. I thought I was gonna be at this for a long time.
nah, wouldn't be.
Yeah.
You want to ask me any other questions just for some B-roll, just in case,
Let me see what
for safety reasons?
let me actually see if my voice picked up while I have
Brr,
it.
brr, brr, brr.
Stop this.
That's why I wear headphones, so I can monitor what I
Yeah,
can
I
hear.
didn't bring any, and I was like, freaking
Mm.
which we did. We covered everything that I said I was gonna do. It's not gonna be a thing for me to. I'm gonna just listen to it and then and take out the chunks. But I pretty much know what we talked about. This is a summary. Yeah, man. So I picked up in the mic, but I don't think I don't think it picked you up. So because I had already.
You got it or no?
It's not. I need to cue up my damn Fudge Shuffle music from that. I gotta.
So
Actually, I have it here, but hold on, let me get. They said I had to put music to it, but I can add it after, right? You can hear it. Or should I add?
I can hear you.
It's kind of like what you can edit in. You can edit in Adobe Premiere if you want to.
It's all on the same track, so I can't raise you up.
It's going to be video, but you
Yeah. So we could, if you want, we could do it again.
I kind of like how we did it though. Unless I pull the sound off of the video, because the video will probably be better, right?
Yeah, but I meant to tell you the settings. If you didn't put the settings for separate video and audio tracks, because now it's gonna mix. Yeah, I just thought about that.
What if I pull the audio, extract the audio from the like through I think iMovie does it. Oh no, what does it?
No, it already mixes it. Because I've tried that before. I've had those issues too.
It sounds crazy low though, right?
Does it? I can't hear any.
Oh, it didn't. Like you can hear you, and I don't talk over you, so
It's up to you. I could do it again. I can give you the same. I can give you the same energy, and I'll make my story shorter.
I like the way, like I just like the way it was because I don't even.
Yeah, it's always natural the first time around, but like I said, we professionals at this, man. You know me. I know you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think what would be the best way to do it though, because then should I have?
So what you can do is because I even forgot to record on my end. My bad. Because I'm like the record button's right here and it's green. I'm like, oh no. What you can do is you go to settings. Hold on.
In Zoom
right now. Yeah, in Zoom. You go to settings. Where is it? Audio. Let's see.
Where the settings at? Preferences? No, services? No.
It should be,
settings?
Huh?
Is it service settings?
No, when you have the app for Zoom.
Yeah.
And that first thing where it tells you like join meeting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There should be a circle. That's
Oh, I did I like set it up my personal meeting.
Okay.
From home.
Let's see where it is. Now I'm trying to find
share screen.
Okay. Let's go to general.
Where the hell is
Let's see.
I do not see no general.
Let me see.
Oh,
I'm just
in the Zoom meeting. Settings. Oh, settings. Okay.
I'm just looking for where you can
record separate. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
I see.
That's what you would need.
Yeah.
And that way it'll
Does that add timestamp to recording too? Do I do all that?
I don't do that, but you can do that. I feel like the add timestamp, what that does is it puts a timestamp on your recording, but I've never used it before, but I know it helps when you're editing.
Okay.
But I feel like because Zoom is not made for quote unquote podcasts, that timestamp is more for like security or like like when you watch a video and you say, how long has this meeting been going on?
Yeah.
You know? So Yeah, you want to try to record a separate audio file for each participant.
And it won't do that now that
No, it won't. It might. You can try it. You can stop recording and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah. Because I already put with it.
So, I mean, if we record again, it'll be easier for you so you won't have to edit anything. You know what I mean?
All
Like, we'll
right.
do everything in one take. And that way, because you got a lot of stuff you got to do.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know. You should see me on Sunday nights.
Because it's gonna have to be me on Sunday night. So should I just do a whole new audio file on this audition, or let me just?
You could do a whole new audio file. Did it record in separate tracks or just one track?
Just one track.
He was like, "Yo, we all gotta start somewhere."
I'm just louder than you, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
And then after that, we think it was cool. He still likes my posts every once in a while, but
I'm so mad my Instagram got hacked, bro. I had so many celebrities follow me like willingly. Now,
Well, this is when we was talking
Yeah,
about
it's
the.
hard to get them.
Mm-hmm. It sounds pixelated now.
Oh no, I'm rewinding it. That's instead of just. I don't know. It's probably an easy way to get to the beginning, but I was just trying to.
Don't mind me. I'm just eating a salad.
Adrian was
No problem.
he did a lot of like it was a lot of flipping and like doing a backwards worm. And all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to, and legit, it was in a comedy club.
Yeah, it was in stand-up New York.
Yeah, stand-up New York.
Actually, don't sound bad.
We actually relatively had to do our first stand-up set. And backstory, we had, our group was called, well, DV Entertainment at the time, but the subgroup, which was pretty much our only act, was the Greater Ghetto Church.
Oh,
Neckbone, Overdive.
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
just sitting in one
playing-
spot.
Playing pastors.
You got to stretch.
Yeah, I know.
And do crazy church stuff. But it worked for the time being.
Yeah, I think we got on just because we were different. Because everybody else was like, comedian.
Sounds okay.
But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Cause I think it was just sounding like that because we were still recording the Zoom thing.
Probably.
I think we were talking at the same time, so it just made it sound. It's fine.
Mhm.
The interview sounds fine. I'm not gonna.
All
I
right.
know from next time.
Yeah, what it's supposed to be. Like if you do it on separate tracks, it's easier. Just in case your person is low, you can bring them up or you can bring yourself down. It took me 3 episodes to figure that out.
Yeah, I just don't know how to feed when it's like this. I don't know how to do like a separate feed.
Oh, with Adobe.
Yeah.
All right, let me check my audition. Hold on. I told you I got all the bootlegs.
Because it was like one thing was recording, but it wasn't like I couldn't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. I don't mess with it. They only give you a week. So it's like to kind of try to figure it out. So it's like
Listen, I hear you. I'm taking acting classes now for like self-tapes and everything.
Yeah.
And they give you the script, but like they want you to be off book. Like, they give it to you on Friday. And you got to be off book by Wednesday.
That's not bad, but because that's like about auditions. But
No,
I
if you busy,
screen actor with freaking what's her name? Oh, what's the name? Why is her name escaping me? Robbie Reed? No, was it Robbie Reed?
the casting director.
Yeah. I can't remember. Her face isn't. I think it's Robbie Reed. What's Robbie Reed? Robbie Reed is dark skinned, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
That's not her. Then. It's another. No, Chappelle. What's
Alita Chappelle?
Alita Chappelle. I did a camera acting class with her in the city. Like a 4-lesson thing. Yeah. I had I learned a lot though.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, she said, because I would do this thing where like I wouldn't talk for camera. Like I was talking for like theater.
She
Like
was saying you basically she was saying you were loud.
yeah, and then like, I would do like stupid faces, like I don't know what I'm like it was like a thinking face, but I was like doing like stupid stuff, like looking at yourself on camera, like damn, I'm doing some stupid shit.
Oh man, it was the worst because we did self tapes and then we had to like show it to the rest of the class. And I was like, no.
Yeah, that's what we had to do too. And
Oh my
I was
god.
killing the game till I look back, I was like, damn, I suck. But I got better since then. Though that was a couple years ago. But like I've been applied. Actually there was a video Michael Caine has. It's an old video, like about camera work and about always finding your place. Because she told me about like looking for eye lines and stuff like that, and being able to find break down the script and find places to look, like stuff meaning something, make your looks mean something and stuff like that. So I got notes and stuff, but actually I learned the most though from improv class with Groundlings. I wish that was the only thing good about the pandemic because everything was online.
They had online. I didn't know they had online classes.
Yeah, they did, but once they opened up, I couldn't do it anymore. They wouldn't accept my scholarship anymore.
Come to LA, bro.
That's what I said. I would do it because I want to take the class in person. I was killing that joint on the computer though. Because I got to move on, but I probably now have to take the class again because I was supposed to go to characters acting, but they it didn't work. So because I couldn't get back into the other class, I didn't want to spend it was cheap because I was
I understand. I get it. I didn't want to keep spending money on what's it called.
yeah, I was on scholarship. Oh, yeah, I just gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna edit this thing.
Like I said, all you're doing is cutting and pasting. So.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be that bad. I mean, that's good for the first time, and like that's quality. This is a quality interview. If I do say so myself.
I got you. Yeah, I don't know the whole ins and outs of the SAG thing right now. I know we're not supposed to be promoting, but I don't know if that's for big name actors. I don't know.
I mean, you did it already. They can't penalize you for something you did already.
It says past and present.
Oh,
I'll send you what they sent me.
I probably got it too. I just don't be reading my shit. Because I'm like, I ain't do nothing. I'm still getting my royalties.
Yeah, I was talking to Darian. I was like, yo, can I still do my podcast?
They can't stop new media. You can't stop people from making bread.
Right, but it distinctly says you cannot promote any upcoming things that you're in.
Oh, so I cut it out then. I'll just say like, oh, I can't say it because it's SAG, and I just cut it out. Because I know he's gonna listen to it, and I gotta post it, so I don't know who's gonna watch it.
We gonna see.
Dude, I'll be posting Watch Crashing on HBO. Because I was like, yo, like, you should just sitting there unless they get. That's why when some of these things get picked up on Netflix.
Yeah. Roxanne. We didn't. It sat for like 2 years.
That's crazy. Yeah,
We shot it in 2016, summertime, and then it went to Sundance 2017, and then it was in limbo until 2018.
That's crazy because I did Crashing, I think it's 2016.
So like I was waiting, but in the meantime, I did the Get Down.
Actually, no, I lied. The commercial was in 2017, I think. Because I started working at the school. And I got crashing when I started subbing in Vegas. But that still might have been 2017. I think that's the That's a big chunk of my podcast is talking about the different shows that I did. So
Yeah.
I love it. It is what it is. It is what it is, Sam.
All right. Do you
All right,
need
bro.
anything else?
Everything's good. If anything, I'll hit you up tomorrow. But I think
All right. All right, I'll be awake.
all right, man.
All right, show. Peace.
Peace. Ugh.